hope everyone's having a great day, great week, great night whenever y'all are watching this shit up in through her. And as y'all can tell by the title, y'all know what time it is. It's time for us to do a Real Housewives Atlanta recap, okay? Y'all know the deal. So, y'all know I would have had this video up a lot earlier. However, your girl had to recap that whack-ass Aaliyah movie that just came out this past Saturday night that Wendy Williams tried to put together. And yeah, so if you haven't checked that out, you need to go ahead and make sure to check out the link down below. You will laugh your ass off. And if you haven't seen the movie, look, don't waste your damn time. Just watch my recap because that'll be plenty for your ass, okay? So, check that out along with the Kim Kardashian reaction video to her recent spread in Paper Magazine. It was all kinds of booty and it was all juicy and stuff, you know, with the Vaseline and the oils and shit, you know, but we won't talk about that. So y'all know the deal. Let's go ahead and get started with this motherfucking recap. Now, it's a little too early in the day for my recap juice, so we gonna go without that shit. But, you know, next time I'm gonna probably have some of that in my possession, okay? So, let's go. So, first up, we got Phaedra, her mama, who damn near never says not a damn thing. I think first episode, she might have said 2 damn words, and I don't think she said shit throughout her little segment, you know, in this little portion of the episode or whatever. But anyway, it's Phaedra, her mama, her little kids, one of which is Aiden, who is having his little dental appointment. He was heading to his first dental appointment or whatever. And Apollo, I guess, was supposed to be meeting them there for whatever the fuck reason, right? So, the first thing that I have to mention is the fact that I swear to God, the room, the waiting area or the sitting area that they were sitting in, I don't know if anybody noticed this at all, but the shit looks exactly like the motherfucking fertility clinic that Kenya's ass went to last season or whatever season that was that she done went to check on her shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's me or if it's the same thing. I mean, the exterior of the building, I guess, said dentistry or whatever, family dentistry, but the inside of the waiting room looks exactly like where she went for her fertility appointment. But anyway, let me know if y'all noticed that shit. Y'all know I'll be peeping out some like random ass shit. But anyway, so they go in there because it's Aiden's first dental appointment or whatever. Of course, Phaedra and her mama and the 2 kiddos come first. They get there, check in, do they thiz naive. Apollo's old fraudulent ass comes out his car. He came separately to meet them or whatever. And he coming out the car trying to look all cool for school on his motherfucking telephone. And I'm like,
nigga, who the fuck you talking to for real?
Like, just walk in to the motherfucking dental appointment. He walks in and there's like all kinds, you know, quietness and shit, which I feel like they cut. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you could tell when they do little voiceovers or whatever. But anyway, so there's all kinds of tension that you can cut with a little knife or whatever. He walks in the door and she don't even really acknowledge his ass. And he's all like, oh, hey, Aiden, how you doing? And it was awkward for that shit too. He was like, hi, Dad. And then next thing you know, Phaedra's like, what time is this damn appointment? Like, I'm over you already. And I you know, I'm not gonna lie, I feel some type of way about the shit. I still feel like ain't no way on God's green earth Phaedra didn't know not shit was going on with Apollo's ass having all okay, here's my thing. You in a husband-wife situation. Your husband got some money coming from somewhere. Where the fuck you think he got that shit from when you know you the main breadwinner of the house? But whatever, I digress. You already know how I feel about that shit. So I guess, you know, Aiden has his little dental appointment or whatever, and you know, I guess the scene was to show that Apollo's really feeling a little upset because in the next couple of months he's gonna be checking into jail and shit, and he's all sentimental and shit right now, and you know, he's hugging on his kids and shit as they're about to leave and shit. You know, Aiden's like, where are you going? And you know, it made it all dramatic and shit. He's all like,
well, you know, I'm really upset because I leave in 2 months and I'm feeling real sentimental because I'm gonna miss a lot in their lives.
And I'm like, nigga, why didn't you think about that shit when you were defrauding motherfuckers out of millions of dollars? But whatever. We got Peter and Cynthia who are now at bar 1, and she comes over because I guess she wanted to show Peter her ebony spread, which by the way looked absolutely gorgeous. Okay, they did some kind of spread where they showcased beauty at any age, and I guess they asked her to be a part of the feature. I think she's 47 years old. She looks fucking phenomenal. Her body is bananas, and y'all know she got an ass for damn days. Okay. So they were sitting there talking about that and stuff, and she's on this whole zen, like, I don't want nobody negative around me. I got rid of the negative people. And every time she starts talking like that, y'all know she throwing shade at Nene's ass, okay? So now she's this new woman, and now she's best friends with Kenya. So Now Peter and her are sitting there talking about this event that he's gonna have celebrating the spread. And you know Peter be stay having events for whatever the fuck reason. But I guess she's saying she's starting all over with her positivity and he's starting all over with bar one. I have never known a restaurant in my life, ever in life, to have as many lives as bar one. Like, I mean, is the motherfucker doing well? Have any of y'all in the A been to bar one? Like, how is it for real, for real? Like, I don't know how many times a motherfucker can start all over again with the same damn restaurant, but whatever. So they sitting there talking about the guest list and shit, and Peter's like, who you going to invite? And of course, she goes into her whole spiel why she don't fuck with Nene no more. And of course, she's also saying she ain't going to invite Portia because I guess Portia felt some type of way about how she responded to Kenya's ass whooping, you know, during the reunion or whatever. And she felt like, you know, she needs to have a backbone and shit and have her own opinion as opposed to following every motherfucking body else's shit, okay? So she's not inviting her either, okay? So they go ahead and hash that shit out, and that's pretty much the end of that scene. So we got Candy and Todd, who are now newly married, okay? They've been living in together for a little while and shit, and they doing their thiz night in the kitchen. She's preparing him some fruit or some shit, and I guess somehow or another, Todd asked basically what you gonna be doing today, and Candy's sitting there talking about the fact that she's finna go take her mama out to go look at a house that she plans on getting her. And Todd's like, for real, like you finna buy another house? Now here's the deal. She had a paid off house right before she moved into this shit, right? That big ass house they showed a couple seasons back. That's the house that she gave to her mama to go ahead and have. And I guess Mama Joyce wasn't having it, feeling some type of way about that motherfucker. So she never moved in, saying she wasn't happy, but she not happy at her current house either. So Candy took it upon her motherfucking self to go ahead and say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and get her another house. And she gonna get her another house down the street from where they currently live right now. So of course Todd's like, motherfucker shit, what we on, some Oprah shit? Like, why the fuck are we buying houses for people? Like, is that what we doing this out? We just buying motherfuckers houses and shit, right? And Candy's like,
I don't know. I mean, she just started talking about you could kick her out of her house.
Todd's sitting here like, okay, why are we even doing this shit? I mean, you know she knows how to push your buttons, because it turns out she didn't really ask specifically to get another house, but Candy took it upon herself to say because she's not happy, I'm gonna go ahead and buy her another house, ironically enough, down the street from where they live, knowing damn well Todd's like, what the fuck, I don't want this motherfucker down the street from me bugging us all the motherfucking time. So I don't know what Candy's motherfucking attachment is with her mama, with her old disrespectful mama, having her down the street and shit, but whatever. And poor Todd's ass, when Mama Joyce came in, he all trying to make all kinds of little small talk with the bitch and shit. Talking about someone.
What you gonna do with the house? I mean, are you gonna get new furniture? Are you gonna do old school? Are you gonna do new school? I mean, what you gonna do?
When she's half-ass answering the damn answers and shit, giving him all kinds of shit, talking about, are you gonna buy your mama a house? I was like, I promise you, on everything I love, that was some slight shade, like, can you afford to buy your mama a house? Which, you know, he's got a little success going on his damn self with this little Hollywood diva shit. We move on to Kenya's house where Brandon, her little minion from last season that got his ass beat by Apollo's ass, okay, comes over to her house and, you know, they having a little bit of sweet tea or whatever. And they sit down to talk about shit. And of course, Brandon's like, how you doing? And how's everything doing with my gorgeous Kenya and shit? And Kenya's like,
what happened to me was crazy. I mean, I was attacked verbally and physically.
Really, bitch? You talking about your ass is traumatized because your ass was verbally and physically attacked, bitch? I mean, you know after a while when you provoke a motherfucker, that motherfucker might jump, okay? So whatever the fuck done went down, that you started that motherfucking shit, but you know what? We ain't gonna go there. That was last season. If you want to see that, you already know I have a playlist for last season on this channel. So anyway, of course, Brandon's old suck-up ass is talking about somewhere you held your composure and, you know, handled yourself like the woman that you are and shit. And she goes on to talk about how she's just really not in a place right now. She feels some type of way about whatever the fuck went down. And now he's trying to have a little Ayanla moment talking about, you know, we need to bring you back to where you once were and where you know you are and what we know to be and shit. Talking about her producing and directing and acting and shit because she was on Martin and Living Single and some other motherfucking shows. Like, 20 decades ago and shit. Then Kenya's gonna talk about how she loves producing and shit and directing, and I'm like,
Bitch, the only motherfucking thing you damn produced is the motherfucking hair on your motherfucking head, okay, bitch?
Then Kenya's gonna ask Brandon about this whole Cynthia party that Peter's throwing, okay? And then she was invited, and she gonna ask him, would you wanna come with? And if you come with me, I'll go. And he's like, nigga, nah, I ain't gonna do that shit. I ain't taking no chance on running into Apollo's ass or whatever. And then he gonna say some funny shit. That shit was funny to me when he said that beige on beige crime. When he said that shit, I said, I'm done with Brandon. That shit was actually funny to me. Now they gonna go ahead and keep on talking, and then he gonna start playing on the motherfucking piano, playing some stupid shit. They be doing that dumbass shit. So now they got some motherfucking song called Really Bitch. I'm like, if these motherfuckers don't sit down somewhere with that shit. Next up, Nene's getting ready to, do her whole opening night shit or whatever the fuck she's emceeing or being the host of, some orgy shit or whatever the fuck. So she's getting ready to do that and shit, and she's got the jitters and shit, and they really didn't go into too much with that shit outside of the fact that she's finna go on stage. Now, Candy's trying to show Mama Joyce her spot, okay, the little house down the street from her place. And I know the neighborhood she lives in has got some big ass houses, but she walks in the motherfucker and she's like,
what do you think?
And Mama Joyce's ass walks in the front door, and the first thing she says is, I think it's beautiful. I'm like, bitch, did you walk in the motherfucker? Have you seen the shit? In my eyes, the only reason why she is even doing any of this shit is that so she can continue to torment Candy and Todd's ass. And that's why she's even bothering to look at the motherfucking house. This bitch said she liked the house before she even looked at the motherfucker. That don't make no damn sense, right? So this house is 7 bedrooms, okay? I wrote it down, 4 baths, a swimming pool, a basketball court. What the fuck does Mama Joyce need with all that motherfucking shit to fucking begin with?
Bitch, if you don't get that bitch a condo.
So they get through walking through the house because Mama Joyce likes the shit or whatever. So I guess she gonna go ahead and sign on the dotted line. So they sitting down talking about shit. And of course, Candy's ass is real excited because her ass is gonna be down the street. And her and Todd may be trying to have kids and shit. And of course, Mama Joyce throws another bit of shade when she's like, how are y'all having kids? Because I thought he had a vasectomy. And Candy's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And she's like, I had dreamt the shit. And I'm like, Mama Joyce, if you don't fucking stop with this stupid shit, like I promise y'all, I cannot stand Mama Joyce. When she gets on the screen, I cringe. I can't stand the bitch. So we back with Nene again, and she's at her little show thing, and it ain't about to open up the curtains or whatever the fuck, or bring her up on stage, do whatever the fuck she's doing. And I'm not even gonna lie to y'all on some real shit, like the whole fact that she's even hosting this shit, which is supposed to be based on some orgy type situations and some sexual shit, like kind of makes me want to throw up in my mouth and then swallow the shit. Like, I cannot see Nene in any kind of sexual manner whatsoever. And her even emceeing this shit, and she was fucking with people while they were on stage talking about some, let me leave you alone before you give me a standing ovation, fucking with that little dude that was laying on his back. And I was like, ugh, I don't even want to know and see her in that light at all. So the part that we've been waiting on comes up, and it's Peter's party for Cynthia, okay? So y'all know it's a party for Cynthia for her little Ebony magazine shoot. So Todd and Candy are there, and Cynthia makes her little grand entrance and shit, and then at some point in time, let's see, the new girl's introduced because she came with Kenya's ass and shit, so they come in and everything. And at some point in time, in between all of that, before Kenya comes in, let's see, Candy's sitting there talking to Cynthia about, her relationship with Portia and her relationship with Nene, and how they were all gonna go see her burlesque show, and Cynthia's like, bitch, bye, and whatever the fuck. Y'all know I'm trying to paraphrase like a motherfucker so we can get to the part that we really want to know about. And then, after that, Candy comes in with Todd, and Candy comes and sits down on the couch, and they sitting there talking some more and shit, talking some bullshit. And then, next up, Apollo comes in, right? Now, the thing that is hilarious, because now at this point, Kenya's there with the new girl, Claudio, and, we don't know much about her. She got a job with Ricky Smiley, okay? And so anyway, she comes in, in a cute little dress and shit. So now, Apollo comes in, and of course, everybody's like, oh, shit! Jailbird's here, right? So he comes in, this motherfucker, he all suited and booted and shit, right? When he comes in, the shit I was tripping on was the way that they greeted his ass when he walked in the motherfucker. Like, they were like, hey, how you doing? Like, surprised as a motherfucker, right? Then on top of that, Cynthia gonna get up, right? And she gonna greet that nigga like he coming down the pew at church, okay? Like,
How are you? Are you all right now, brother? Okay.
I'm like, are you fucking serious, right? Kenya's ass totally gets stark white. She's like, the fuck is this motherfucker doing in here? He goes right over to her like, hey, what up, Kenya? How you doing? What up? And she's like, yeah. Anyway, I'm fine. Bye, right? She wants to go ahead and make her little grand exit, okay? And she goes ahead and tries to leave with the Claudia chick, right? So they leave, and now it's Apollo and Todd and Peter and Candy and Cynthia on a couch. And of course now Claudia, the new chick, and Kenya are having a little conversation. It looks like in a bathroom or some shit. So I guess they're talking about the fact, the two of them are talking about the fact that Kenya's ass is not feeling comfortable because Apollo's there and shit, and he finna go to jail. And Claudia got little jokes and shit talking about, I want to make sure I got my little Social Security card in this motherfucker because, you know, I got a little bit of credit and I don't want the rest of it to be fucked up or whatever. So then we go to the couch with everybody else. Of course, they start talking about how things have been going since the trial and since the whole ruling and his sentencing and shit like that. And have you talked to Phaedra and shit? Do y'all communicate and shit? And of course, Apollo's ass like, fuck it though, I'm gonna let them know what was really going on and what's going on between the two of us. Cynthia and Candy are like, okay, you guys should be talking a lot more, especially now since the sentencing, you know, with the kids and all that shit. And he's like, man, look, Phaedra ain't what you think she is. She got a Louboutin on one shoe and a sneaker on the other, whatever the fuck he said. So he's spilling all kinds of tea about what's going on with their relationship. In the meantime, between time, Kenya, you know, went ahead and decides to come in and say, you know, I'm finna bounce y'all, peace easy, right? Cynthia walks her ass out. So here's the part that everybody's been waiting on, is to find out whether Kenya's ass has been vindicated. Cause y'all know her ass has been saying since the beginning of time her ass did not meet his ass in LA, nor did she tell this motherfucker she was gonna give him head, right? She's talking to Cynthia, they having their little conversations and shit, and of course Apollo interrupts and he's like,
I mean, can we talk? Can we rap and taste?
Kenya's old victim ass is like, you know, I don't really want to talk about anything right now. I'm just ready to go home. Of course, he's like, man, you know, I just want to apologize. I didn't mean to disrespect you. You know, if I have made you feel any less of a woman, I apologize. And she's just like, look, I don't give a fuck about what kind of apology you giving me right now. You need to be specific as far as what the fuck you're apologizing for, okay? We ain't gonna be sitting here talking about no mess and you ain't being specific about what the fuck you apologizing for, right? So obviously she's trying to lead him into finally admitting whatever the fuck he was lying about, because it turns out his motherfucking ass was lying. So Cynthia exits stage left at some point, and basically, long story short, in this little conversation, it is discovered that this motherfucker lied about her having offered him fellatio, as well as the fact that they had met each other or seen each other in LA, okay, after a whole bunch of bullshit going back and forth and shit. Of course, Kenya's like,
I mean, all this time, everybody's been calling me a hoe.
and he all like,
Man, you said some shit too.
in between all that, Cynthia pretty much overheard him say that he was lying about the fellatio part, right? So she goes inside and she's telling Candy's ass and everybody about that shit. So now Apollo goes back in the motherfucker, right? And he's accosted by Candy's ass, who's ticked off as hell that he lied about this shit the whole entire time. So Candy's gonna be like,
Please tell me what just happened. Cause they came in here and said that you had lied about Kenya offering to give you head.
and this simple motherfucker gonna be like,
Yeah.
so then Candy's gonna ask him, did you tell Phaedra that you lied about the whole fellatio thing? And he gonna be like,
I ain't have a chance to tell her.
now Peter's sitting here like, dude, you realize that we gotta apologize to Kenya's ass, cause this whole time we've been looking at this bitch like she a damn hoe. After they said we took your side, motherfucker, this nigga gonna be like,
Thanks.
if this lying motherfucker don't take his motherfucking ass to jail. So I guess after all of this, Kenya's ass has been vindicated. No, she did not meet up with his ass supposedly in LA. And no, she did not offer him fellatio. Okay. And as I sit here and I see her vindication, okay, it just leads me to believe that I might owe her a slight bit of an apology for having jumped on that bandwagon as well. Okay. Kenya, I apologize, boo-boo, for believing that you might have had some shit going on with Apollo's ass, which, you know, We have now found that may not have been the case. However, I don't think you should have been texting his ass, but whatever. We will leave it at that. That being said,
Your ass is still batshit crazy, bitch.
that's the end of the episode, and I guess we get to see Phaedra's reaction when Candy goes and lets her know about the fact that he done lied on that shit and all whatever the fuck that goes on in the next episode, which you already know. I'm gonna recap, okay? You already know what to do. Make sure you guys thumbs up this video if you love seeing these videos from your girl. Let me know what you guys thought of the whole vindication and all that shit down below. Let me know if that changes your whole opinion on the whole Kenya situation and shit. And make sure you guys check out the links down below for my other videos on Kim Kardashian as well as the whack-ass Aaliyah movie. And you already know what to do as always. Follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/SocialiteSandy. Hit me up on my Facebook fan page and my Pinterest page. Those links are down below. Hit me up on my blog, TheSocialiteLife.blogspot.com. And hit me up on Instagram @SocialiteSandy. And you already know I love y'all. And I will see y'all in the next video. Love y'all. Bye. And as y'all can tell by the title, your girl had to come in and do a quick video on the bullshit that just came on the screen last night. That would be Saturday night on Lifetime. Okay. And I have to talk about it.